My life situation is that I live with a man who suffers from haemophilia, which affects my life in many different ways. When I met my partner, I fell in love, and not being with him because of the haemophilia never really seemed an option. And there are moments where it's hard and where I wish it wasn't the case, but he's become such an integral part of my life that, it seems impossible to separate. When I met my partner, I knew he had haemophilia. I saw him injecting himself. I knew all about what it entails. But I think it's very difficult to imagine how it is to do that year after year after year. Haemophilia is a genetic disease which has been diagnosed in his case when he was like 3 years old. Many people think haemophilia is an external bleeding, but it can also be internal bleeding. The effect of that is that if he has a bleed, he can hurt himself, bump into something, or someone bumps into him, that causes an internal bleeding. By the time you have dealt with the situation, the bleed can be quite consistently and cause a lot of pain, which basically means that for 3 or 4 days, we get up every night. For every couple of hours, we have to prepare the clotting factor and inject it intravenously. It's like breastfeeding mothers. So you're sleep deprived, you're tired, your partner is in a lot of pain, and you still need to run your household like nothing, or go to your work, or do things like nothing else happened. So there are limitations, natural limitations to our life together. But at the same time, it's just that's just life, isn't it? Other people have other restrictions. Planning things is very difficult. You can buy tickets to a concert, you can go buy tickets for a holiday, but the fact is that the day before, my partner could have a bleed, and we can't go. You have something you really look forward to, and you've got to cancel it. So it can have an impact on your social life. It is difficult, and it's unpredictable, and sometimes it gets you. You really look forward to something, you forgot that haemophilia is on the horizon, and it happens, and you just get really pissed off. So it is very difficult to imagine what your life is going to be like after 5, 10, 15 years of always living with the disease. So it is more taxing than I expected it to be. In a relationship with someone with haemophilia or with any disease or disability, there is a minefield of mollycoddling someone, being too, treating someone like they can't do things themselves. I think I'm quite lucky in that my partner is very altruistic and looks after me. It makes sure that I'm looking after myself, makes sure that I can still attend social occasions. I think I'm pretty lucky that I have a lot of good friends. I have a network of very supportive friends that I could rely on if I needed to. People around me are very aware, so while they're very concerned for my partner, they're also concerned for me. In my dark moments, of course, I often feel, why does this happen to him? Why does this happen to me? Sometimes I feel guilty that it isn't me, but it's him, that he is going to go through all of these things. Some days I'm more susceptible to look after him, and other days I'm busy myself, and I'm angry that I have to look after him because I'm in the middle of something else. So it's always a fluctuating state, I think. In moments when I don't want to look after him, of course I feel incredibly guilty about it. Luckily enough, we're very honest with each other, and I can actually acknowledge that feeling, I can admit it, and he understands, because everybody's just human, and by talking about it you make it actually something that you both work with rather than it stands between you. It is frustrating that we can't go to places where there's a lot of people, like concerts or big festivals, because of the danger of a trauma occurring and that triggering a bleed and that triggering 4 or 5 days of pain and being up all night. Sometimes it's easy to do something like making a coffee, and sometimes nothing I can do will help, and you feel helpless. You can feel alone. It's 4 o'clock in the morning, you've not slept for 3 nights. Who are you going to talk to at 4 o'clock in the morning that you just feel miserable, where can you offload your anger? In my dark moments, I also have strong fear about what will happen. But overall, I feel more optimistic. So I think everybody is different. So I don't think I'm missing out on anything. I'm quite happy with the way things are. In a way, it's lucky that love happens the way it does. Yes, nobody would choose a partner with a disability or disease. But fortunately, people fall in love with these people anyway. And that's just a nice thing.